Welcome back. You're watching Young Turks. While our first guest has furthered his family business, our next guest has decided to make her own place in the entrepreneurial world. Shruti Shibulal is the daughter of Infosys co-founder S.D. Shibulal, but a job at the tech giant was never an option, as Infosys has a clear policy to keep family members out of management. So Shruti found her calling in a world far removed from technology and consulting services. She joined hands with well-known chef Abhijit Saha and founded Avant-Garde Hospitality, which runs fine dining restaurants in Bangalore, and she's now moving up the hospitality chain with Tamara, an eco-friendly luxury resort in the coffee plantation district of Coorg in Karnataka. Her 0.64% stake in Infosys Technologies, the company her father co-founded, is worth about 900 crore rupees today. And 28-year-old Shruti Shibulal is putting her money to work. Promoter of the recently launched luxury resort, the Tamara Coorg, and daughter of Infosys co-founder and CEO S.D. Shibulal, Shruti began her career with Merrill Lynch in the US in 2006. But she decided to head home and bite into the growing foods business and promoted Avant-Garde Hospitality with one of India's celebrated chefs, Abhijit Saha. They gave Bangalore 2 premium restaurants, Fava and Caperberry. But a few years down the road, Shruti felt the need to go back to school. And after wrapping up at the Columbia Business School in 2012, she jumped right back into the hospitality world with Tamara Coorg, a luxury resort brand.
It's something that you can really go in and make your own, I think. And I think it's exciting. For me, the challenge is one of the main drivers. I think I'm passionate about this industry, and I think, it's a great time to be in it. If you look at India, for instance, the tourism industry contributes 1.7 trillion rupees to the GDP. The industry provides more than 10% of the organized employment in the country. So it's a great place to be because you're able to contribute so much to the country, and you're creating a social impact by creating employment. At the same time, what's contradicting is that we only account for 0.64 of the world's travelers coming into the country. So there is a great opportunity in that.
Built on a 170-acre functional coffee plantation, the Tamara takes up just 0.5% of the available space, offers 30 luxury cottages and a multi-cuisine restaurant. Targeted at international travelers who are not afraid to spend, a 3-night, 4-day stay at the Tamara will cost you around 45,000 rupees. One of the few resorts built around a coffee plantation, Shruti says the Tamara allows guests to brew the perfect cuppa. Next on the menu is a spa block, a swimming pool, 26 more cottages, and hopefully breaking even.
We see that occupancy levels are stabilizing. It's growing, but it's we're understanding how operations work at these different levels, and we're confident that with phase 2 opening and with our spa and all of that coming up, that we will be able to be very consistent in the kind of service that we can that we guarantee for our guests. We expect to break even in about 3 to 4 years. I think it takes time for a product like this to mature. I think it takes time, unlike the restaurants, to really establish itself in any market. And we are a brand new brand. We're not like any of the established brands in India. We are brand new, and that has its pros and cons.
And keeping these pros and cons in mind, the team of 125 at the Tamara look to tread slowly but surely. As the second phase of expansion gains footing, Shruti is mindful of keeping the promise of luxury alive in all her offerings. So the ingredients used at Tamara's restaurant, the Falls, are grown on-site and will now find shelf space at the Organic World, the brand's first boutique store that will soon be launched in Bangalore. But does this young entrepreneur use her entrepreneur dad as a sounding board?
Firstly, we don't discuss a lot of our professional lives at the dinner table. We have a lot going on in each of our lives, and we're a very close family, so we don't necessarily bring this, say, to we don't talk about this every day. Of course, my dad has a lot of experience in business and in general in growing a company, and so it's great to go to him for advice now and then, and it's a great resource for me. He also likes to send guests to my properties, which is fantastic, so it's great because we get some exposure in other places. At the same time, this is my project, this is my baby, this isn't his baby, and so it's really great to have that ownership over it, and I can't say that my dad is sticking his fingers in, or anybody else in my family for that matter. This is ultimately my job, and I need to be responsible for it. I need to be responsible for what happens on this property and in our company in general, and how we decide to move forward. This is mine.
This spirit of ownership drives Shruti and her team at Tamara to grow both organically and inorganically. Shruti has lined up Tamara resorts at Kodaikanal and Alappuzha in South India and is looking to test foreign waters over the next few years and explore bringing in private equity to fund future expansion. Shruti here is wishing you the very best of luck with Tamara. We hope it becomes synonymous with luxury in India. On that note, it's time for a break. When we return, all the action from the India Internet Day 2013.